Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Dreamcatcher. Today we have a very special guest with us. She's an artist who speaks through her every movement and a storyteller whose stage is the world, and an entrepreneur who has turned her passion into a thriving art studio. We have with us Ms.Poojitha Bhaskar, the founder and artistic director of Ayati, a Sanctum of Arts. Hi Poojitha.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good. Welcome to Dreamcatcher.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for being our guest. So we'll start with basically who you are, where do you put up, and what is your background?
Yeah, I'm born and brought up here. My schooling, everything was pretty much here only.
So Pakka South
Yeah.
Bangalore hudgi.
Definitely. Definitely.
So when did you start dancing, and when did you develop that love for dancing?
So I started at the age of 5, and my mom never intended on putting me into a dance class. But yeah, she took my sister first,
Okay.
and then I went behind her. That's what all younger sisters do, right? Go behind the elder
Of
one.
course.
So I went behind her, and yeah, ever since then I never stopped.
Okay, so you told me that you were 5 when you started dancing. I think that's too young to be, to begin a dancer.
Right.
So, do you remember anything from your childhood, or do you have memories of your very first day of class? Or
No, first day of class, definitely not. But I do remember few corrections and my basic, like when I had just started off, how my seniors used to teach me,
okay,
and all of that. I do remember bits and pieces of that.
okay.
But yeah, I remember my first performance vaguely.
When was that?
When I was 5 itself. I
You
remember
performed when you were 5.
yeah,
On the stage.
in my school.
Okay.
So my mom remembers me pushing the kids, like they were not dancing in front. So I went dancing because I had just started going to dance classes, right? So I
Okay.
pushed them, I went forward and I danced. So my mom remembers that. So yeah, that's how even it's just settled in my mind.
Right. So, do you remember your guru, or who was the first person you learned?
Of course, my first teacher is Srimati Shakuntala Prabhat. She's based in Tyagaraja Nagar itself. I learned under her for 15 years.
Wow.
And then I switched to Padhya School of Dance that is in Ramurti Nagar.
Okay.
I learned under gurus Sri Pashnath Upadhyay, Srimati Shruti Gopal and Sri Aditya Piri. And there I was there for 6 years. And now I am continuing my classes with Srimati Divya Nair. So
Okay.
she's based out of Chennai, so that is online classes.
Wonderful. So your journey began when you were 5, and now you're what, 26?
Yes.
So let's speak a bit about what does your background look like for anybody who is wanting to maybe start a studio like you, or want to get into dancing as a profession. So what did you basically study, or what is your background?
I did my BCom from Mount Carmel College, and
That's where we know each
yes,
other from.
no, actually we know each other from PUC, no?
Okay, a fun fact, Poojitha was my junior in Jain College.
Yes.
Poojitha was my junior in
Mount
MCC.
Carmel. Yes. After that, I took up masters in performing arts from Jain University.
Okay.
I was actually supposed to do masters in the UK, but
Uh-huh.
for some
What
reason
stopped
it
you?
didn't. For some reason, my dad was like, in the end moment, he pulled me back.
Okay.
He didn't want his little one to go
Okay.
away, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, that did happen. So I ended up doing masters in performing arts in Jain.
Okay. Okay. So when did that happen? When did you start your masters?
2019, right after I graduated from Mount Carmel, I joined for masters.
Okay. So if you went to the UK, you wanted to pursue performing arts there as well? Or?
So I wanted to do MBA over there.
Okay.
But along with that, I did want to do, I was looking at part-time courses for dancing. I wanted to do that as well. And it would have been a good exposure as well as learning. To live in a different country altogether is a different learning. So I'm a person who loves to experience and to keep learning. So yeah, I wanted to do that, but it didn't happen.
Okay, so what changed from going to the UK for an MBA to switching to performing arts? Though you want to study back in India, what changed that you wanted to move to performing arts all of a sudden?
So I wanted to actually come back and pursue masters in arts as well. I always wanted to have a double master degree for but yeah, since I had fixated on that, and I didn't want to kind of do 2 years of MBA. That's why I chose UK that time.
So it will be 1 year for
It
you
will be
then.
1 year.
Okay.
But yeah, since that didn't happen, it was a conditional offer for my dad. I was like, see, if you don't want me to go, I'm doing masters in arts here.
Okay.
So yeah, he said okay, and then I had to pursue
Right.
that.
So once you were done with your masters in performing arts, dancing, I suppose, of course.
Yeah.
So right after that, you wanted to open your dance studio, or what was your idea behind?
No, actually, I wanted to do masters in performing arts just for the sake of knowledge and learning. I always wanted to go to my dad's business. I wanted to support my dad in the business. And I dreamt of being a woman entrepreneur, quite literally. I got dreams where I got an award and all
You
such.
are one. You are one currently.
I know. But yeah, I thought it'll be there. It might happen here. You never know.
Right. Okay. So how did of course, you were into dancing in your college. I'm
Yes,
sure
yes.
you would have had practical and theory papers on
Yes.
that. What role did your college play? Both your masters, your PUC and your BCom. What did your college do with respect to your dancing? How has that helped you or give you a push?
So I did my PUC from Jain Viewpuram, and I was in the dance team there. And over there, I think I developed a knack for versatility. I worked on forms that I had not worked before. Like Bollywood was something that I had hardly touched, and I got into Bollywood dancing, and I had a lot of fun. So I started being more comfortable in my body. And for a very long time, I just practiced Bharatanatyam.
Right.
Here, there, I would just do probably Tapankuchi, something like that. That's all.
Right.
But yeah, I got versatile in Jain. I started getting versatile in Jain, and in MCC, I cannot tell you how much ideas helped me. In fact, that's the only reason I joined MCC.
And I can't tell you how much of craze I had for IDA. I
Yeah.
loved IDA. So basically, people, IDA is Indian Dance Association in Mount Carmel.
Yes.
Cheers to all the Carmelites watching this. Right.
Yeah, so that is the only reason I joined Mount Carmel. Otherwise, I never had the intent of joining a girls college, which is not right now. But okay, but yeah, once I joined, I knew that I had to be in the team, and that year's selection was really hard. There were like 180 people who had auditioned. The team was already set. It was 14 people, so they were supposed to take out 2 people from the team and take 2 people in.
Okay, right.
So it was way harder because the team was already trained for a year. But yeah, once I got in, our choreographer was Manogna from Ayana Dance Company, and that helped me a lot with my form, my dancing, and how much conscious I am while I'm dancing. So yeah, it helped me leaps and bounds, and I would give anything to go back to those 3 years of Mount Carmel College. And in my masters, definitely I improved and learned a lot theoretically. Theoretical knowledge, I was mind blown with how much is out there and how much research is being done in the field itself. So yeah, it was very resourceful and nice.
Okay, so people say that you don't choose art, art chooses you. But also, while art is choosing you, I'm not sure if art sees if you have money or not. So let's speak a bit about how much of investment you're supposed to see emotionally, mentally, physically. You have to invest yourself to be an artist, right? But how much of money, especially in India, are we supposed to invest to become a full-fledged artist like you?
When it comes to Bharatanatyam, at least all classical dance forms require a lot of money. Actually, you need it is sad that you need to have money to be a dancer. But yeah, definitely there are a lot of passionate dancers out there who have made a living out of dancing itself. They have earned their bread and they have spent it on dancing. And that is what makes it possible for whoever wants to take up dancing to take up dancing, because of course it's a costly affair. The costume
True.
stitching, the material for the costume, the
True.
jewelry, and everything, it's just a lot. And especially for a female dancer, sorry guy dancers, but yeah, especially for a female dancer, it's a lot more investment. And especially when we're doing like a live orchestra or something, we'll have to pay the musicians as well, irrespective
Correct.
of the organizers paying us, the organization paying us. We have to give those artists at least the payment. So yeah, it is hard to thrive in the industry, but then once you believe in yourself, it is not, it will, yeah, it'll happen.
So talking the flip side of it, the
Yeah.
other way around, you have to invest a lot of money to become a dancer. So how much of money will you get in return when you take dancing or any form of art for that matter as a profession?
Okay, now this depends on a lot of factors like luck and what you choose to do as a dancer. Like in dancing itself, there are multiple things that you can do.
Okay.
For example, you can be a makeup artist. I am a makeup artist as well.
Oh.
So you can be a Bharatanatyam, I mean dance makeup artist. You can have classes, you can run classes, you can go to other institutes and teach. You can teach in schools now. It's a very compulsory subject now. The dance and music
Correct.
activities are
Right.
compulsory, so you have a lot more opportunities. And if the world doesn't present opportunities for you, it's always up to you to create your own. So yeah, create your own opportunities and ticket your shows. Please ticket your shows and make sure people pay for it. It's hardly 250 to 300 rupees. If people
Right.
go for a movie, they spend that much on a popcorn.
Correct. So, guys, take away from the episode, all the artists out there, please ticket your shows.
Don't devalue yourself ever.
So, let's talk about your baby, Ayati, and how did you get into, idea of starting a studio of your own? Was this on your mind right after your master's? So, tell us about how did this take birth?
So I've always loved teaching. From when I was in seventh standard or something, my teacher used to, like, I was the senior that time, one of the seniors, and my teacher used to ask me to teach the kids sometimes one small step or something like that. So that's how I started teaching dance, I can say. But even before that, you remember when we were young and all, we would just write on walls, act like the
Right,
teacher.
right.
And I used to always do that. I used to teach myself writing on the door. So yeah, I think I've always loved teaching, and I'm really passionate about teaching. I know that if I need a thing from this person, I need it that way.
Right.
So yeah, I always knew that I wanted to teach dance. It's not, dance is not just for yourself, right? If someone else had told that, probably dance wouldn't have come down these many generations, right? So yeah, I had plans of starting the classes when I was like 35 or something like that.
Okay.
After going to the business,
Okay.
settling down financially really well, and then starting classes.
Okay.
But yeah, right after my masters, COVID hit. I mean, during masters itself, COVID hit, and
Right.
a lot of people started teaching online, irrespective of their qualification or the years of experience or how good they are. Leave years of experience or qualification.
Correct.
Like some people are naturally talented. For 1 year's practice, they might be really good, but still they all started teaching, and that didn't affect me much, but it definitely did affect my mother. She
Right.
was like, "It's high time. I really think you have to start classes." So
Okay.
yeah, I just announced in 1 week after that, telling I'm starting classes, and I started online.
Okay.
And then once the COVID came down, I started teaching inside the house. 4 to 5 months in, we had this space in the house itself, so we converted it into a studio, and I started classes here.
So basically, in short, your mother gave birth to you
Yes.
and Ayati.
Yes,
Both.
definitely.
Right. Okay. So initially, when you announced that you're going to start online classes you know, for what age group basically?
5 plus anyone. I had
Five
a
plus.
60-year-old learning
Okay.
under me.
So how many students turned up initially when you announced it online?
When I started classes for the first month, I had about 9 to 10 students, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the inflow and outflow keeps happening. There was this one point where it hit a 24 students, and then it comes down. The thing is with classical arts, one needs to have patience, right? Like if you don't have the patience, you can't be on stage in 1 year. You need to get the foundation right. You need to get your basics right. And like I told you, I'm a person who wants a thing the way it should be. So till that is done, I don't move forward. So if the
Correct.
student doesn't practice and come, no new lesson. So yeah, quite strict like that. But yeah, inflow outflow keeps happening because there is no patience for either the parents or students who join at the age of like 18. When they're in college, they don't have a lot of patience to stay and
Correct.
hold on, right? So that keeps happening. But with that juggling, I am at about 12 to 15 students right now.
Okay. So in Ayati, you teach Bharatanatyam, and I have seen your posters and your videos that you do have other forms of classical art.
Yes. So I do have teachers coming in for Kathak, Carnatic music, as well as yoga. Yoga just started, but Kathak and Carnatic music has been happening for a while, and Kathak classes are doing really, really, really well. Touch wood.
Right. So you brought in teachers. I mean, how did you happen to find them? And
Because
how
I'm in
did
the
that?
field, I have known people, and I knew what kind of teachers I wanted. So yeah, for Kathak, there is a very very beautiful dancer called Sohini Karan.
Okay.
So I bought her in, and she very gracefully accepted it. And during my masters, I met a person in Carnatic music. Like there is performing arts in music as well, right?
Correct.
So she was studying music then. So I brought her in for music classes. And yoga, actually, I got a contact from my gym person.
Oh, right. So let's talk a bit about money here.
Hmm.
So how do you pay those people? Like, do they have fixed pay, or how does that happen? Because not a lot of us will know. We go to dance classes, we go to music classes, we pay the fees. But when a studio like this has a lot of art forms,
Correct.
so how do you deal with the money part?
So I don't believe in a fixed salary because it might be not a win-win situation. So what I do is I give a percentage. So they have the higher percentage because they are the artists who have invested themselves and who are continuing to invest themselves into teaching as well. So I give them the higher percentage, and I take my the lower percentage for the rent of the studio, the lights, everything that goes into maintaining the studio itself.
We were speaking about how there's not a lot of money for artists, at least in India.
Yeah.
So, how do you manage your finances for that matter? I know that you got recently married also. So, have you had any jobs previously where you were part of corporate, or have you done something else apart from owning the studio?
So I never wanted to get into corporate,
Okay,
but
sorted.
yeah, marriage happened, and then I felt like suddenly life happened. I can't depend on my parents anymore. Oh my god! So it was a lot of things, and
Right.
at the right time, I got an opportunity from a very reputed institute, corporate. That I was supposed to teach fitness in that studio.
Okay.
And I have been into fitness for about 7 to 8 years now. I
Okay.
have been lifting, and I've been competing as well. I have
Wow.
won a powerlifting gold once, and right now I'm practicing Olympic lifting. I'm focusing on Olympic lifting now.
So we will get to see you soon in Olympics.
No, no, no.
No, that is not
not to that
Olympic.
extent because I mean, I started strength training only to support my dancing.
Okay.
But like I told you, I like learning. I like things that challenge me.
Okay.
And Olympic lifting is really, really hard because it's a combination of multiple lifts.
Okay.
So I wanted to, learn Olympic lifting. So I'm practicing that now. And yeah, this opportunity came, and I auditioned, and they were looking for dancers or fitness instructors, but then they wanted majorly dancers.
Okay.
Because it is based on music. That fitness is based on musicality.
Was
and
it
all of that.
Zumba?
No, it was
It's not
something
Zumba.
called the bar workout. So the ballet
Okay.
bars will be there, right?
Okay.
So you hold on to that and you work out.
Okay.
It's a company based from New York.
Okay.
So yeah, I started teaching there about 9 months in, and I couldn't really manage life as much. So yeah, I had to quit that. But I could definitely manage the studio and that, because that was a part-time job.
Mm.
And I teach here only on weekends.
Okay.
The other days, I rent out the space, or
Okay.
I rent out the space and I dance, I practice, and other classes happen. So
Right.
yeah, so
So
definitely I generated very good income from that as well.
okay, so for the people who are watching this video, let's just quickly give them a brief about what an interview or audition for a fitness instructor looks like.
So I don't know what it is like in other places. This was my first experience, and my first round of audition was like I had to go and work out with the people, with the
Okay.
other clients.
Okay.
And then the second round of audition was me teaching the clients. So they had sent a segment, and I had to practice that.
Okay.
And I had to teach. And then I had an interview where
Okay.
they asked me about myself, how any other interview would go. And after that we received like an extensive 3 months training.
Mm.
So 3 months training on how to teach and everything. So because this
Okay.
is a group class setup, we need to have that, our own playlist, from learning to how to make a playlist,
Mm.
and a choreography for the class, and everything included. We had a 3 month extensive training. So yeah, that's how it happened.
So we've known about your journey from being a 5-year-old kid who started dancing to somebody. Um, it feels really proud that you have opened a dance studio today, teaching so many kids this form of art and giving space to so many artists to portray their art.
Correct.
So, what does your future plans look like? What is Poojitha's future? What is the future of Ayati?
So right now, currently, I feel like I've been on wheels for at least 10 to 12 years. So
Right.
I will be taking a break for 2 months at least.
Okay.
Get back to myself, taking care of myself, my health, my family, and all of that. And then I will again go back to my roots. I will join my dad's business. I'll help him
Okay.
promote it, because it is his baby. This is my baby, and that is his
His-
baby. Even though my grandfather was the one who established it, my dad really took it up a notch. And I think being a mind of this generation will help me bring that up a little bit more.
So I can see a proud daughter here who is very happy about her dad's business and will figure out who her dad is and what is his business all about in a quick bit.
Yes. So my dad is a businessman. He's the owner of Siddheshwara Arts and Frames in 4th Block, Janaga.
Okay.
So we basically work with photo framing,
Mm.
paintings. We have original paintings, stanza paintings,
Wow.
murals,
Okay.
and all of this.
Okay.
So yeah, we also customize according to the customer's needs. We get live portraits done and all of that. So we are into completely.
So literally,
the
art
photo.
has chosen you. Your
Yes.
life is revolving around art.
it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And what does future of Ayati look like? What do you want to do with this studio?
Definitely, I am looking at it becoming a bigger thing. See, all these days I focused on, because I'm also a performer. I'm majorly a performer. I wanted to concentrate on a minimum number of students. It doesn't make sense for me to have 50 kids in one batch and not look at anyone. So I like to concentrate on everyone. I need to have an eye on everyone. So I want to really um, help these kids. And like I told you, there is no much money, and I don't want it to be not reachable for people who cannot afford.
Correct.
So I really want to get into a position where I can offer scholarships.
Wonderful.
For my kids itself, who are really good at what they do. I want to be able to really serve the society in with respect to arts as well, because it shouldn't be not reachable to everyone.
Very
and
true.
yeah, even today I tell my kids that you can just take my costume, take my jewelry and go. You don't have to invest right now.
Right.
So yeah, man, I'm here. Why do you want to fear? Is what
Amazing.
I
Amazing.
try on. So yeah, I want to make this a bigger space, and recently I started an initiative called Adobo Meetup. So whenever
Okay.
I practice, I try to put it up on the Instagram, telling you guys can come and join, because not everyone has a space to practice.
Okay.
They all.
So what is Adobo means? What is Adobo?
So Adobo is the basics of dancing.
Okay.
It's like ABC.
Okay. Okay.
And on that itself everything else happens, and even
Okay.
today anyone who practices dance, they have to dance or anything, like even with music, sarigama padanisa, they
Correct.
start with warming up with sarigama padanisa, and
Correct.
then they jump into the music, right?
Right.
Exactly like that, here also we practice advus. Whatever happens, wherever, whichever level we are in, we have to come back to the basics,
Right.
touch the roots and go back. So that I organize whenever I can, and people come in, people join, they dance, we have fun, and we go. So
Amazing.
I want to make it available for a lot of people.
So you being a dancer, you being an entrepreneur who has opened a vibrant studio like this, and trying to make dance reachable to a lot of people, what is that one mantra or one advice you have to give to the younger generation if they want to take art or dancing as their profession?
Money, no money, space, no space, costume, no costume, music, no music, don't care. Just if you have faith in yourself, if you believe in yourself, you definitely can do it. So take that leap of faith. It's possible. So yeah.
And I'm sure if you take that leap of faith, it is possible. And we have an example right here sitting with us.
Start it off.
That is to be Vidushi,
Yes, to be
Poojitha
Vidushi.
Bhaskar. And this was, all about Ayati and Poojitha Bhaskar for you. And thank you so much for all the time that you've given us.
Thank you so
This
much.
is a small token
considering
of
it.
gratitude
Thank
from
you
us.
so much.
Thank you.
What is this? If I scan this,
You'll get
get
to my
your page.
channel. Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you for watching, guys.